If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Was Rodgers the MVP this season?
No, he wasn't. Tom Brady was the MVP. Although I think we all knew that Rodgers would be chosen, but I think when you look at Tom leading the NFL in passing yards and touchdowns, I don't see how it couldn't have been Tom.
You look at them statistically, they have about the same QBR, they have about the same efficiency rate.
Yes.
Tom Brady has thrown 174 more passes than Aaron Rodgers. He has 1,200 more yards. He has the most touchdowns. By the way, he has the number 2 ranked offense. Green Bay has the 10th. Green Bay has a better run game than Tampa has all season. Green Bay had a better defense this season statistically than Tampa Bay did as well. So the responsibility placed on Tom Brady is more than what was placed on Aaron Rodgers to have to win. He don't have Dillon. He don't have Jones. Fournette's been banged up. Half his receivers are in and out of the lineup all the time. He continues to find ways to win. Gronk was out for a while. Like, think about all the things. You talk about adversity and what he's had to go through. This is the constant. Tom Brady continues to show up week in and week out and produce and perform. And again, his team it requires more of him than what the Green Bay Packers require of Aaron Rodgers.
Look at the total QBR. It's 1 point better for Rodgers, but Rodgers was unprepared to play week 1. It's like as though he didn't show, like they got killed. And he actually missed a full other game. There are only 17 games, even with the expanded schedule. In a season, he missed a full game, and it was because he didn't get vaccinated. But, like, he did miss the game. Brady was there the entire time and maybe a half a hair below Rodgers.
Jason, before we get to where Aaron Rodgers may go or may not go, if he stays or doesn't go or whatever he does, what does this MVP award mean for him?
Well, it certainly doesn't mean nearly as much as a longer playoff run would have. He's reached a stage in his life and in his career where, like, if we're talking about cherries on top, if we're talking about advancing to Mount Rushmore conversations or greatest of all time conversations, it's going to come down to what he does in, I guess, what now would be mid-January into February in the postseason. 11-10 all-time, 1 ring. It's a first-ballot Hall of Fame career. There's no doubt about it. And this certainly buttresses that even more, and these are great credentials. But if he's going to, again, be someone we talk about as the 5 best, the 10 best to ever do it, he's going to have to raise his game in the postseason.
Indeed, yeah, because he has just 1 Super Bowl in 17 seasons, and you'd think he'd have a couple more.
So are you telling me a healthy Tampa Bay Buccaneers team minus Tom Brady wouldn't be able to kind of float along?
They haven't been
versus
healthy.
A healthy Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers.
They have not been healthy. It's what has happened this season and what has been asked of Tom Brady as opposed to what's been asked of Aaron Rodgers.
You said the San Francisco game. So do I say the San Francisco game, but not that one. The one in the playoffs. Because let me tell you something. 7 teams from each conference make the playoffs. And there ain't no such thing as an MVP from a non-playoff team. We all know that. They never give it to the guy. So why are we ignoring the highest leverage games? When it mattered most, Jimmy Garoppolo outplayed Rodgers down the stretch in that game against San Francisco when it mattered most. And you know what? When it mattered most, Tom Brady brought his team all the way back and tied the game down big against Matt Stafford, and he won a playoff game. So, Alex, what I'm saying is now with all the knowledge I have about this last season, I got to switch and say, no, I think Brady was the MVP.
So you don't think 1,200 yards and the second-ranked offense says anything about that Tom Brady has played slightly better than Aaron Rodgers?
Guys, this is coming from the Brady's going to fall off the cliff guy. He's 44 years old, 44 in the first ever 17-game season, having won the Super Bowl, so he played more than anyone else, didn't miss a game, led the league in attempts, yards, and touchdowns, won a playoff game, and came all the way back on the Rams to tie it. Don't tell me this regular season award. It's Brady.
I thought what he did this year, after everything that had gone on, what he has done this year was worthy of him being the MVP, period.
He should have thanked Jordan Love, though, last night, right?
Which is what? as the one game in which he missed, it made him look more valuable?
Jordan Love was absolutely terrible. And so it made Rodgers be like, okay, well, maybe they do really need him.
Well, I know that your metric of valuable is if remove him from the team, how do they look?
He's got the numbers, all right? And it's not all about numbers, but numbers matter. And he's throwing for 40 more yards per game, 40 plus than Aaron Rodgers is. He's leading Rodgers in touchdowns. He's leading the league. And look at the highs. 4 TD games. He's got 6 of them, or 4 TD and 2 5 TD games. And Rodgers only has 3 games of 4 TDs. So Brady's highs have been much higher than Aaron Rodgers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is playing from behind a lot of the times, and Brady is throwing the football. It's not saying that they both don't deserve it, but he's pushing the ball down the field where...
That's my point. He's required to do that more.
But that's what he's saying. If it wasn't for Brady, they wouldn't be winning these games.
No, Charlie, that's not true. I think they would win some games if Brady wasn't in there. Not all of them, but some because they still could run they still could have ran the football when they had Jones and they had Fournette. Okay, they still have a solid defense. The back end of the defense is not great.
And Jones from Green Bay would be better than what Tampa Tom has.
What would the team look like without Brady? What would the team look like without any quarterback?
Well, in that
what would the
regard,
team look
Rich, one of the guys led the league in every passing stat and had the same number of wins. So why is Rodgers more valuable than Brady?
I don't know if he did. Like, we can also come out with various statistics in which Rodgers was better than Brady. But the ones that are the most obvious, which is wins, which really isn't a quarterback stat, and passing yards, passing touchdowns. Yeah, Brady had the better year and also was much older.
Narrative plays a large role, okay? Who's got a better narrative than the guy that's 44 years old and he's leading the league in like deep passes and things like that?
Rodgers is the 5th player in NFL history to win back-to-back MVPs. 4 MVPs for Rodgers, is second most in NFL history, behind only Peyton Manning. And the only player older than Rodgers to win consecutive MVPs in the 4 major North American sports is Barry Bonds, whose forehead magically doubled in size at the age of 35, along with his home run to at-bat ratio. I mean, he was already a great player, but we all know what happened there.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.